receiving some good feedback about the last reading, so I shall continue. We're going to go from page 56 of Everyone, America's leading doctors and an expert on the topic of ADD. Ned is someone you may have seen on Dr. Phil or on Oprah numerous times. Oprah, in fact, calls him the world's #1 ADD doctor. He's Harvard trained and a Harvard professor as well. One day I was having lunch with Ned, and because I grew up assuming I had a form of ADD, I asked Ned, what exactly is ADD? He described it as in simple terms, translating his vast store of knowledge into language I could understand. He said, what people don't realize is that ADD is a blessing. Having it like having a Ferrari engine, but unfortunately, you have bicycle brakes. You have all this gas and the fastest engine, but you just don't know how to slow down. I just teach kids and adults how to control the brakes. And when I do, they go faster than anybody else. I then asked, how do you have so much success curing kids, curing adults, and in many cases, taking them off medication? He said, let me give you an example. When a kid has ADD and he is sitting in class trying to read a book and his foot is tapping on the ground and his focus is drifting, the truth is he probably really doesn't want to read the book. To anyone with ADD, trying to read a book of little to no interest is harder than it is for other kids. Most times the teacher who wants what's best for the students thinks to herself, Johnny is going to sit in that car and not get up until that book finished. I'm going to teach him how to sit still and read like the rest of the kids. And when the teacher makes him sit in that chair to the point where he can't handle it anymore, Johnny finally gets up and runs around the classroom, or walks into the hall, or just gets up and does anything but read that book. Now, not only does he have ADD, he also has ADHD. It's unfortunately a self-fulfilling diagnosis. What I do is go and find out what Johnny is good at, whether it's art, baseball, math, science, or whatever it is. Everyone is good at something, if not multiple things. So we dig for it and find it. We get his teachers, friends, and his parents involved, and together we help Johnny take what he's good at and help him become great at it. When he becomes great at that one thing, his confidence goes through the roof, and it trickles down to all areas of his life. All of a sudden, you fast forward a couple months and Johnny is in that same classroom reading the book because he wants to. Can you relate to this in any way? Have you been holding on to a weakness? Have you been letting it somehow define you, diminish your true value, or make you feel inferior? If so, can you see how it fuels this inner success-robbing villain? And can you see why it has to stop today? I went through school struggling like the hypothetical kid in Dr. Hollowell's example. No one in early years of school saw all the things I could do well and the talents I had. They only saw that I couldn't do what I couldn't do and what I was bad at. I was shy, insecure, and truly felt stupid regularly because of it. Yet what they didn't realize at the same time, and I'm not sure I did either, was that I possessed an amazing capacity for visual and audible learning. I could watch somebody drive a bulldozer for 15 minutes and jump on and drive it like a pro. I could watch people on a stage and be able to emulate them with ease. Though these two senses, I was able to absorb knowledge and skills that took others years to acquire. I was able to start things fast and get them accomplished fast. But I was told to work on my weaknesses so many times growing up that it almost crippled my learning ability and career. Many adults inadvertently strip kids of their confidence and their abilities because of this insistence on addressing weaknesses. The truth is that when we're taught to work on the things we suck at, it makes us struggle constantly and diminishes our belief in ourselves. There's only one way for us to say heck no to working on our weaknesses, and to make sure it doesn't cripple our success, like it does for millions of people around the world. And that's to do the complete opposite of what most people suggest when it comes to weaknesses, and instead say, forget about it. Okay. All right. Shout out Millionaire, bud. Yeah, that's a pretty good section right there. Kind of continuing off the same topic of focusing on your strengths, focusing on the positives, and definitely it's appreciated for those, what I'm saying, who have said to me that my reading is enjoyable and everything. So, cheers to you. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely sound advice. One thing that I'm gonna mention real quick, my takeaway from this portion here, is I think that, Dean, he's talking about one particular strength, but I think that more often we have so many strengths. Getting to wherever you are right now in life has meant you have developed an ability to survive, and to thrive under multiple contexts. So that's my takeaway. That there are so many things, that you have. So I'm getting back to my my guidance, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Hit that like and subscribe. Until next time.